Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Campbell and I'm here with my sister, Sharon R. Campbell Marshall. We are the grandchildren of Sarah Rector, and we wanted to give you guys our perspective, the Campbell's perspective on the life and legacy of Sarah Rector. Sarah's family were slaves to the Muskogee Creek Nation and that settled in Alabama. They were told by the President of the United States at that time that they needed to move west, and that was the Trail of Tears. Sarah's family settled in Oklahoma, and as a result of the 1866 treaty, they all received properties. Joe Rector at the time had to pay taxes on all the properties for his children that were alive at that time. And because he was struggling to pay taxes on Sarah's 160 acres, he tried to sell it, but he couldn't do it. And so he began to seek oil leases. So he got an oil lease, and they struck oil on Sarah Rector's property, on her homestead, and it was a gusher. So she became an instant millionaire. She got offers from other people outside the United States who wanted to marry her and things like that. So Booker T. Washington got wind of what was going on with Sarah, and he sent her to Tuskegee University to study there. Sarah stayed there until she was 18 years old, and that's when she migrated to Kansas City. The reason for that migration was because it was extremely dangerous for African Americans at that time who had money. Sarah's family, in addition to other families, they did not make it out of Oklahoma. Unfortunately, they were murdered. But Sarah was able to get out. She went to Tuskegee, where she stayed there and was educated for 6 years. And on her 18th birthday, she left Tuskegee and moved to Kansas City, purchased this home here at 2000 East 12th Street, which is the Rector Mansion. The reason that she came to Kansas City, because in the 1920s, Kansas City was booming. It was vibrant. It was the jazz district. So Sarah Rector would entertain people like Count Basie, Joe Jackson, and others that she would entertain here in her home. So let's take a trip with me and let's go check out one of her other properties. The location that we're at now is the Santa Fe Homes Association. This is such an affluent neighborhood. Back in the early 1920s, this was a 100% white community. However, there was a young man who petitioned to move into this area, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and he won his case. So African Americans began to migrate into this area. So Sarah Rector decided to purchase not one, not two, but 3 homes in this community. She purchased a home across the street at 2600 Lockridge. There, her son, our father, along with his wife, our mom, Bobby Campbell, raised their family in that home at 2600 Lockridge, where they were married for 49 years. She also purchased a home down the street here at 2631 Lockridge, where her other son, Kenneth Campbell, lived and raised his family. However, this home here is the only one standing today. This is 2607 Lockridge. As I said, this was a very affluent neighborhood. Doctors, lawyers, dentists, all-star athletes lived in this area. As a matter of fact, the Satchel Paige home is just a few blocks down the road. So we wanted you to get a high-level view of the life and legacy of Sarah Rector. This message was brought to you guys from the descendants of Sarah Rector. Thank you so much.